So along with the new GFX 100S2, we also saw a new lens from Fujifilm be announced, and we've gone hands-on with it. The new GF 500mm f5.6 RLM OIS WR. And this is just, I mean, it's such a cool lens to be talking about because first of all, it's a GF lens, 500mm. Oh, it's exciting. I've been shooting a lot of wildlife with this, which again, is not something that I would tend to think about doing on a medium format system, and it has been so good. We've got a full review of the GFX 100S2, but things like the autofocus system work so well, and with this lens, oh, what a setup. What an absolutely dreamy setup. Now, 500mm on a medium format system like this is about a 396mm full frame equivalent. So you're talking around about 400mm. It is compatible with the 1.4 times converter as well, which is great. That's going to extend that out even further. But the thing to me which stood out immediately is how small and light this is. And it's particularly that weight, which is so impressive. So it is, I would say, smaller than you might imagine for 500mm. It fit very comfortably in my bag, but it was in the hands that I really felt the benefit of that weight. It is only 1,375 grams, which for a 500mm lens is really not that bad. And it meant that that whole system, the 500mm, the GFX 100S2, super hand-holdable. And I was really getting my steps in. I was really going around and up some hills. Oh, it's a lot of walking. But with a lighter system like this, it's such a joy to use. Now, of course, probably the most important thing of any lens is the image quality. And I'm happy to say it is absolutely stunning. Whether you're shooting animals, birds, whatever it might be, it's such a beautiful lens to be shooting with. You've got 21 elements here in 14 groups. That's 5 ED lenses, 2 super ED lenses, and it just looks so lovely. It's so sharp. It absolutely resolves great with the 102 megapixels of something like the GFX 100S2. But it just looks, I mean, it just looks so good. I don't have anything negative to say about that. I wish I could tell you something else. I wish I could give you something deeper, something wiser, but it just looks amazing. Now, the lens also has optical image stabilization. I tested this out a little bit. So obviously I was shooting everything handheld, right? I wasn't using a tripod or a monopod, everything handheld. I wanted to feel the weight and I wanted to feel that image stabilization. You've got image stabilization in the camera. So you're using something like the GFX 100S2, but the optical image stabilization here on this lens is making a huge difference as well. With it off, I did feel a little shakier, a little like things were moving around a bit more, but with it on, it is so easy to bring that shutter speed down. I was quite happily shooting 1/160th of a second, no probs. As long as the subject wasn't moving, I was having no issues doing that. I wasn't worried about it. And as soon as I tested it out, I was quite happy with that. But it is so lovely to be able to shoot with that. It just gives you more options, bit more versatility in the way you want to shoot. Is great. The lens is also weather sealed, which I did test out. It was raining pretty much all day until the evening and absolutely no issues. I was getting rained on the whole time. All good. And in terms of the design of the lens, you've got the controls right there on the lens. You've got an aperture ring, which I always love to see, especially on a lens like this. It's just a really nice way to shoot. On a prime lens, I love an aperture ring. Otherwise, you've got things like the focus controls on there, the optical image stabilization controls as well, and of course, a nice big manual focus ring to play around with as well. With a lens like this, it does come with a tripod collar and a tripod mount, of course, which I think is absolutely the right call for a lens like this. Like I say, I wasn't using a tripod, but you always would want to have something like that on a lens like this. It makes absolutely perfect sense. But I honestly cannot recommend this lens enough. If you're in the GF ecosystem, if this is the thing that's been holding you back, if you wanted a longer lens and that's what's holding you back, it's here, it's super exciting, and it is absolutely wonderful. You can check out the full spec, all the details, all the in-depth stuff by following the link down in the description to go and check it all out. Of course, don't forget to like and subscribe as well, because there's new content all the time, tutorials, reviews, all kinds of stuff. I will see you in the next video, but until then, as always, thanks for watching.